Hey everyone, greetings. Happy Wednesday. I'm gonna pause for a moment here and I'm gonna wait for people to tune in, give everybody a second who wants to join. I just had a really big challenge. My laptop went black and it was a total opportunity. Hey Eva, thanks for joining. Hi everybody, thanks everybody for joining. I was just saying I just got massively challenged. Hey Elena, right before I did this, my laptop went black. It wouldn't turn on, even though it worked fine at the end of the day of work. And one of my biggest pressure points is when technology does not do what it's supposed to do. So it really almost threw me off my center. Hey Carrie, thanks for joining. I had to really just breathe for a second and not get really angry that my laptop wasn't doing what it was meant to do. So it was a really fine opportunity, hi Dylan, for me to practice what I preach and compose myself and return to my breath. And I had to do about 3 or 4 deep inhales and exhales to let that shit go. Because, there was that little voice in my brain. Well, gee, maybe we're going to talk about negativity, right? Maybe because there was that little voice in my brain that wanted to just go completely negative and be like, F this and blah, and, have a temper tantrum. And I entertained it for about 3 seconds. Like, okay, fine. I'm not even going to do anything I plan to do tonight. I'm just going to go hide in the bedroom and read a book. Because that's what I do when I get challenged, if I'm having a rough day, if I'm not centered. So, because I'm pretty mindful of my thoughts, I caught it right away, and I checked myself with the power of the breath. So, you guys see, hi Amanda, thanks for joining. Yeah, right, I wanted to throw it. I thought about that for a second. And hey Danielle, I really, it's just proof that returning to the breath can really just bring you back to center. So tonight we're going to chat about a little bit about an article I just wrote on Elephant. You can find the link at the top. And it's about what happened when I stopped wearing makeup and how this is all going to play into self-esteem and empowerment and compulsion and all of these, wonderful topics that our negativity thrives on, right? So yeah, check it before you wreck it, right? Check yourself with the breath before you wreck yourself with the negativity. Woo! There's our mantra, guys. Check yourself with the breath before you wreck yourself with the negativity. I want you guys, thanks for the share, Eva, to use that as your mantra the next time you get frustrated. So a few months ago, and it was funny, it was right about the time when Alicia Keys didn't wear makeup to the VMAs, and there was this whole outrage over how dare she, go barefaced and whatever. And it's funny because I used to sell makeup, right? And don't get me wrong, I don't hate makeup. I'm not a makeup hater by any means. I think it's a great thing to have fun with. It's a great thing to accentuate yourself. We're women, we're gorgeous, we've been adorning ourselves for hundreds of years. But it has a place and a purpose, right? Because what I discovered when I decided I wanted to stop wearing makeup is that it was still very tied to my self-esteem and that I was a little bit of a slave to makeup. And, when things become a compulsion is when we are doing them against our will, So I'd be sitting there in the morning getting ready for work, I don't even want to put on any makeup, but I felt like I had to because I was so worried if I didn't, there was a number of things that I found that would go through my head. A couple of them were, Bandit wears eyeliner. If you guys want to see that, he won't look at the camera, he's shy. Sit. I found that, I was telling myself these things and I had all these fears surrounding what would happen if I went out into the world with no makeup, especially in the workplace, right? Because we show up and we're not wearing makeup. And someone will say to us, oh, you look like shit today. Or, oh, they'll say it the nice way. Oh, you look tired. Right? So many women go through this. All of a sudden we don't want to plaster our faces and we're not going to get taken seriously. And hey, Perry, thanks for joining. As a society, this is so perpetuated into us that it's kind of madness when you start to examine it. When I really started to examine my thought processes and my self-esteem and how it was linked to whether or not I was wearing makeup, I was a little bit appalled because I'm generally pretty confident these days. I've come a long way since some years ago when I was really insecure and had a lot of anxiety, and I'm generally pretty confident. But when I found out how much my inner confidence wavered a little when I didn't have makeup on, I was surprised, you know? And I found all of the false delusional things that I was telling myself about this, you know? I would tell myself, I don't need to wear makeup. I choose makeup because it makes me feel good. But if that was true, I wouldn't have to sit there on the days that I didn't want to wear it, putting it on. If I didn't need it, I could walk out the door without it and not have a thought like I do these days. You know, now when I want to wear mascara, I put it on because I want to wear it. And I mean, you guys have seen plenty of pictures of me. You know, there's plenty of pictures of me out there where I still have lots of makeup on. You know, here, let me show you guys the photo from my blog post, right? So that's me nowadays, and the one to the left is when I was all into my makeup and selling makeup. And don't get me wrong, I think both pictures are great. I think I look great in both pictures. The makeup is fun. I like the dramatic eyes, but I don't want to be obligated to do that. And I want to feel good no matter how I look. And the thing that struck me the most, and if you guys read the article, there's way more about the specific thoughts and stuff I had, is that we as women, we perpetuate this bullshit belief. Because you know what? We will be the first ones to judge somebody else and be like, oh damn, she looks like shit. Right? Like how many times have we caught ourselves doing that? And what I've really, really, really learned over the past couple years is that society as a whole, man, woman, whatever, we need to be uplifting each other and not putting each other down. We have to stop judging each other, and we have to pick each other up. You know, only when we feel insecure or threatened do we feel the need to put somebody else down. Right? You know, once upon a time when I was angry and insecure and filled with bitterness and hate, you know, and I would see somebody else succeeding, or I would judge. I would judge everybody in my head. I didn't say it out loud often, but I would have those judgments in my head, you know? And I would be too threatened by women and people that were going after what they wanted in life that I would knock them in my head and I would have something to say about them, you know? And many of you guys who follow me and are friends with me on Facebook may have seen the last few days, I'm helping my dear friend Alana promote her film, Trees of Peace, which is this amazing inspirational story about these women that survived the Rwandan genocide. And, you know, this girl, my friend Alana, she is just so talented and such an amazing soul. And I'm doing everything in my power to help her succeed, because I see the difference in uplifting and supporting the women around me and the men around me. This isn't a man-hating conversation by any means, but I want to uplift and empower the people around me, because I don't feel like I need to be the judgmental, not so nice person that I used to be. And this has all only come over, you know, quite a few years of work. And, oh, there's Alana. Hi, Alana. It's my soul sister. So if you guys want to see a truly inspirational film, you should check out her trailer for Trees of Peace, the movie. But it's that story of what happens when women come together. And that's why I'm talking about that, because amazing, amazing things happen when we come together as women. Okay. And when we stop judging and we come together and we stop disliking and hating on ourselves and we start loving ourselves, we can love each other after that. And it's so important and so empowering for us to do this if we want to move forward. If we want the world that we all talk about we want, then we have to do something to take it back. You know, we have to take back the world from the Trumps. We have to stop allowing our society to be, he really wants to be in this video. Do you want to show everybody your face? Come here. Come on, sit. We have to take back our society and define it. We have to stop letting the fucking Trumps of the world define our society. Because what is he? Okay, I don't know how I got on this from makeup, but we're just going to go with it. What is he but the embodiment of everything that is wrong with our freaking world right now. He's the embodiment of it. This isn't like a joke. This is happening for a reason, because we're being forced to look at the ugliness of everything that's wrong with our society. He's the epitome of what has been just defining us in our world and as women and keeping us back. So now we get to look it square in the face and we get to cut it off like a cancerous tumor. And how are we going to do that? We're going to do that by banding together and supporting one another and uplifting one another and being true to who we are. You know, and that's part of the reason that weighed into my, right? Exactly. And take it back. Yes. All right. Off my rant. Sorry. So as I explored back to my makeup thing and my self-esteem, as I explored my compulsion to have to wear makeup, I found all of these programmed things, right? That without makeup, I was afraid I would look tired, plain, like a 12-year-old boy, I would say to myself. I believed I looked like crap without cosmetics. And I would feel the need to apologize or justify myself on occasions when I wasn't wearing makeup. Like, and I still have people around me. I still have beautiful women around me who will walk into work and they'll be like, oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm not wearing makeup today. I didn't have time. Or I'm only wearing mascara. Or... And it's like, I'm sorry, where the fuck do we get the idea that we need to apologize if we didn't feel like wearing makeup? Right, Perry? We all do it. We all are guilty. We all have done that shit. And we just don't realize that we're limiting ourselves. You know, when we do that, it's like we're perpetuating this societal stereotype that we're pretty little dolls that aren't meant to do anything but, you know, whatever. And it's fine. Like, if that's what you aspire to be in life, I'm not judging that. You can be whatever you want as long as you feel good about yourself. Right? That's my takeaway. That's what I want you guys to take away from this. That if you feel good about yourself, however you look and whatever you do, then that's awesome. If that's with makeup, if that's without makeup, if that's with long hair, short hair, no hair, whatever it is, you know, be yourself, and that's where you're that's where your true beauty is gonna shine through. Can you lay down? No, puppy. Can you lay down? So when you're naturally engaged with yourself and your environment, that's when beauty shines through. That's what I've come to notice. So I really just, I wanted to put that out there, you know, and even doing a video and posting photos of myself barefaced with no makeup, it wouldn't have happened even just 6 months ago. So like, this was a new big realization for me, and one that took some work. And it's me being vulnerable to all of you to show the world that even the people that maybe we look at like, oh, well, they've got it figured out, or, oh, well, they seem pretty happy, or, oh, it doesn't seem like they really struggle with anything, because we can all do that too, right? It's always easier to look at somebody else and seem like, well, they just have it figured out, or people don't feel the way I do. And it doesn't matter where we are on the spectrum and where we are on our journeys. There's lessons we're learning. There's battles we're fighting. There's challenges we're struggling through. And it's all about how we handle them. You know, it's all about how we handle our struggles and our chaos. And that's what our personal blog is about. I mean, you guys know I write for Elephant Journal. Chris and I have started our personal blog, hugyourchaos.com. And that's all about embracing us as we are and all of our human mess. Like, because that's the other thing. We perpetuate this belief that we think we have to be perfect, you know? And it's right, Chris, like there are so many men I know that say women are so much more beautiful natural. Yet, we will run around thinking that we have to do all this stuff to ourselves. It's like, it's a little bit baffling. And it is. It's never what we do. It's our relationship to what we do that matters. It's not what we do. It's not whether, hey, Allie, thanks for joining. It's not whether you wear makeup. It's not how you dress. It's not what you eat. It's not what you drink. It's why you do it. Why are you doing it? So that's what I challenge you guys to start looking at. Start asking yourself why you're doing the things you're doing. That's part of the mindfulness too. We talked about mindfulness last week. There's a video on my page you guys can watch if you're interested in that. Why are you doing what you're doing? You know, that's what comes down to the biggest kicker of it. You know, if you're using something as a compulsion or as an escape, it's doing more harm than good. You know, and breaking that habit will do good for you. So it's slavery, you know? And it's funny because I'm finding the longer that I don't wear makeup, I feel better about myself. You know, I don't feel like, oh my God, if I go on this video and I'm not wearing any makeup, people are going to run away screaming like, oh my God, look at her. Ah, she looks like a zombie. But see, like I say that and it probably sounds funny to you guys, but it's a very real thought that would have went through my head, you know, just a few short months ago. Even sometimes now I fall victim to my vanity and I'm like, oh, I want to do a video, but oh my God, how do I look? What, you know, and it's just, it doesn't matter. Right, Bandit? He loves me. That's all that matters. So, and there's my boo. The longer he grows his beard, the better he feels about things. That's the man perk. You get to grow a beard. You don't have to wear makeup. Anyways, I really, really hope that you guys found this beneficial. If you loved it, please share it. Please comment below. Message me. I love hearing from you guys. I love questions and comments. But after I published this blog, I had like 5 women write to me and told me how inspiring that was. And 3 of them, I said, I went makeup free today and it felt so great. It was scary, but so great. And I was like, wow. All over an article that I didn't even want to write. So that's another takeaway for you guys, is that the next time you don't want to do something because your mind is telling you, you know, this, that, or the other thing, or that there, you know, you shouldn't do it because people don't want to hear it, or, oh, you're going to sound stupid, or, oh, whatever excuse your ego mind wants to create to keep you from pushing outside of your comfort zone. Those are exactly the times you should do the thing you're questioning, because it'll probably reach the most people. And if you're anything like me and you just want to spread goodness in the world and help people free themselves, then push outside of your comfort zone, because that's exactly where stuff's going to grow. So it was awesome seeing you guys. Thank you for spending time with me on this Wednesday, wet, rainy evening. Me and Bandit. And again, please read the article. Share them if you loved it. All the shares and likes and comments on Facebook help everything. And check out the blog, hugyourchaos.com, and subscribe to us so you can follow us. Much love, everybody, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Say bye, Bandit.